Hey, Granted, nice boobs or whatever. How about I buy you a drink?
That's rude, Kamakette. You didn't have to start the conversation with words about my body. And I don't even know if you're really my type anyway, Kamek. We're so different, and considering you raised Bowser and now he's got a bunch of kids, you're basically a grandfather. Maybe hit on someone your own age? Jeez.
Yeah, my balls, they match my Azure glow.
I've got my mind on another girl anyway. You could say the internet, like any person, speaks through its actions. From the depths of the collective mind spills society's true desires into the form of, well, our collective desires take many forms. Memes, for example. When memes rise and fall, their popularity and eventual decline reflects what the collective societal mind finds amusing or interesting or hilarious or hot at the time. And so, when given the opportunity to express its true feelings about the world and the games we play within this world, the internet spoke with poise about what it truly wanted. Bowsette! Mario, you lucky son of a bitch. All these years of chasing after Peach's heart and vagine while trying to stop Bowser, and in one fell swoop, you've quelled the Mushroom Kingdom's greatest villain, and you're getting the old victory pull, the rub-a-dub-dub you deserve. Now you can leave the club of glum grapes behind for the guild of sweet release. Blue balls is no joke.
It's a real medical condition.
All right. That was an abstract and boldly erotic start. But when we dive deep into the memes of the hour, is there any other way? From the meme ancestors of yesteryear to the recent memes of literally last year, there has been a series of stepping stones which ultimately brought us to the memes we're Italian sausage deep in at this very moment. You think I'm exaggerating? Nay! Such historical context is essential to building the hype and busting open the mysterious nut that is Bowsette. And I'm not talking about all the nuts that have already been busted! I'm talking about how this lovely Koopa lady came to be, what it means, and where the meme will take us. Oh, the places we'll go, Bowsette. Get out of here, Mario! It's my chance to impress. What's that, Bowsette? You're already taken, and you find my inappropriately bold advances to be not cool and a little creepy? Yeah, well, you're... Screw it, Kamek, I take it back. Please take me away. Buy me a castle, promise me you'll be gentle, and I'll call you daddy. A sugar daddy, preferably, in case that wasn't clear from the castle request. Anyway, let's get out of here. I'm hopping on your broomstick now. If you know what I mean, let's go. If you're ready to learn something today, then put on your super crown, sketch yourself in the body of a hot chick, wait, just kidding, you're already hot, and prepare yourself for the story of a family-friendly franchise gone sexual, not clickbait, for sex appeal brought to the least sexy franchise. This is the story of uncharted territory for mainstream video games. We're talking about Bowsette, people, the story you never knew. To understand a meme, you must first understand where it came from. Rewind to the Nintendo Direct on September 13th. As Nintendo was showing off their dope new stuff and teasing at things to come, along came a trailer for new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Turns out you can play as Toadette. Cool. But she can power up by donning this here super crown and bam! She transforms into Peachette, which is better than Toadette, apparently. So far, so innocent. However, when Nintendo decided to plop this super crown into the game, it raised far more questions than anticipated. For instance, if Toadette can use a super crown to turn into Peachette, can others? Forums debated, drawings were made, and eventually one Mimi comic summed up everything the community had jested. That's only a slight exaggeration because holy shit! The reaction to this comic or visual fanfic or whatever you want to call it ensured that a meme was born. It goes, Bowser and Mario both ask to take Peach's hand in marriage. She refuses them both because this girl holding out for a better option, a la the end of Super Mario Odyssey. Also, Peach is totally her own woman who totally doesn't need a man in her life despite literally being the apex of a damsel in distress for the last 3 decades. Is this Nintendo's commentary on society as we know it, claiming that now more than ever women have become independent in ways previous generations never thought possible? Probably not! Then Mario is comforting Bowser, but Bowser's got got the super crown, so just as Peach is probably embracing the single life, she sees the two men she rejected dating each other, and one of them is her. That's a mindfuck right there. Well done, Ake92. Well done. Also, you're welcome, lovely viewer, for narrating a comic you could have read yourself and probably already have. I'm here to please. Anyway, hot drawings of everyone's favorite Mushroom Kingdom characters flooded the internet after Ake92 showed us what was possible. Twitter, YouTube, DeviantArt, Instagram, and probably Facebook and Tumblr, I don't know, I don't really go on those much. Bowsette had totally become a thing. A meme! Now then, what does all this mean? The internet going ham over something isn't exactly new. But as I so flowerily described towards the beginning of this video, the fact this particular thing happened at all means something deep about what the internet really wants. Dank memes and hot fan-servicey fan drawings, of course. But when a family-friendly franchise like Mario gets sexy on the largest of scales and Nintendo is awkward and embarrassed like it's prom night and they know what's going to happen, there is clearly something bubbling in the depths of the collective internet consciousness that dear sweet Nintendo never predicted. To explain this curious phenomenon, we must go back to Super Mario Odyssey, one of the most successful Mario games ever. It's an epic, dope journey that's fun for all ages. And yet, the ending left us dangling a bit, and those dangling bits were sore. Per usual, allow me to explain, the saying goes, the princess is in another castle. Eventually, you do find her, but then what? Maybe a peck on the cheek, and then every game Mario's gotta start his game all over to impress the princess? Talk about this relationship never going anywhere! The idea of Mario and Peach as a couple has been the driving force behind what little there is in the Mario storyline. That and the fact Bowser is always kidnapping Peach. We're always down to see Mario thwart Bowser, and we've all been waiting our entire lives for the day Mario and Peach get together and do the hokey pokey, cause that's what it's all about! It's what it's all about! But this ending only gave us the Bowser thwarting part. Bowser gets bested and his forced marriage attempt gets busted, but then Peach shakes her head at both of them and basically leaves them both stranded on the moon. Mario's got hops though, so it's fine. I think you get the idea. Peach rejected Mario! Again, this wasn't exactly a picture-perfect happy ending. It was a great ending, just not the one people wanted necessarily. Peach not being stoked on Mario right now? Is this Nintendo's commentary on how sexuality in our society has slowly shifted over the last 3 decades and it's become more and more acceptable to date who you want when you want, regardless of your gender, and also how cliche ideas such as the princess and the pauper have been played out relentlessly throughout Mario's lifespan, and perhaps people are now finding that romanticized storylines are just that, romanticized? Probably not. Moving on. And so the first part of the beast, which became Bowsette, was born. Mainly about 3 decades worth of blue balls between Mario and Peach. But the second part of the beast, the second part of how Bowsette came to be, well, this is where things get interesting. Let's talk about how much the internet loves sexy stuff. Sex even. The kind of perverted, kind of impressive side of the internet that is caused and sustained by boner havers everywhere. Metaphorical boner havers. Because this video is family friendly. Perhaps you've heard of Rule 34, a rule clickety-clacked down into cyberspace by 4chan users, specifically from the board B. The list of rules is quite extensive. It's a list of rules that the internet seems to go by without realizing it, and I guess people thought you should be aware of it. Several rules are widely known, but few are more widely known than Rule 34, which essentially says, if it exists, there's porn of it. Bada bing, bada boom! Now, maybe this isn't exactly a slam dunk for what the internet is like, but if one were to Google one's favorite franchise plus Rule 34, I promise you'll find things you never imagined. Five Nights at Freddy's was never the same for me. Please don't do it. Please! But yeah, people love to draw their unique fantasies or love to troll people because so much of the internet is horny, trolly bastards. It's how things have always been. It's why Septiplier is a thing. It's partially why a huge portion of our fans think that Ryan and I are in a gay for each other. It's partially why bronies are a thing. Funny enough, ponies are actually a part of Rule 34. So when we ask, how did Bowsette come to be the meme star she is today, the answer is a perfect storm of how the internet is feeling, how Mario fans are feeling, and how you, definitely you, and maybe I, are feeling. It's a strange feeling. Take the fact we've all been scratching our heads since fall of 2017 over the ending of the wildly popular Super Mario Odyssey. Throw in the fact the internet is always horny and always trolly. Sprinkle in the Super Crown from the Nintendo Direct, and you get the perfect storm for a legend to be born. Because if you think about it, why does Rule 34 exist? Yes, obviously because someone wrote it, but where is its core? Where does all this erotica about Captain Planet and As Told by Ginger come from? Well, friends, the answer is balls. Blue balls. Like our precious medallions are being squeezed gently but firmly by a very weak man or a strong child. Every franchise has characters we think are hot, or so not sexual, it would be hilarious to make them as such, but rarely is fan service ever taken to the highest level. And Nintendo is really good at giving us all cerulean spheres. For 30 years we've been chasing Peach, and no matter what, it ends in disappointment. But not when Bowsette is down to appreciate our overall hero! Thank you, Ache92. Now, I'd like to take a moment to thank anyone who has ever put a lewd drawing of their favorite franchise into cyberspace. You make the world a little bit stranger. And better. Indeed, how could Bowsette, given all of this, not be the biggest thing since Ugandan Nux? As far as where we'll go from here, the answer to that lies in the wants and needs of all us throwing our thoughts and feelings into cyberspace. That's the story of Bowsette. The story of the internet's cobalt cojones and their sweet release. The story you never knew. And that's my take on Bowsette. What did you think? Let me know down below if I nailed the psychological underpinnings of the biggest phenomenon this side of Labor Day. Anyway, if you liked this video, I'd recommend clicking or tapping that subscribe button and smashing that bell so you get notified as soon as we post a video. Go ahead, it'll be right here for you. It's not an illusion. I promise. And hey, if you made it this far, why not watch the Story You Never Knew on Ugandan Knuckles? It'll blow your mind and melt your brain. You know what to do. I'm Grant. That's all I got for today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!